The Jesse Blake Sports Report with Jesse Blake.
I don't think it's hyperbole to say that the Toronto Blue Jays are already in trouble considering how the fourth game of their spring training and Alek Manoah's first start of spring training went. So just to recap what went down against the Detroit Tigers on Tuesday. Alek Manoah pitched 1 2/3 innings. In those 1 2/3 innings, he hit 3 batters. He had a walk. He had 4 earned runs and 3 hits. And the most concerning part, and the reason why I think this is a problem, 17 of his 38 pitches were for strikes. We see the continuation of the Alek Manoah story here. And it is that he doesn't have command. Granted, his velocity is back. Awesome. The fastball is back up to 94 miles an hour. It used to be at 93. It's back up to 94, and he's happy with the velocity. Now he needs to learn how to throw strikes. And I say this is a problem for the Blue Jays because they have 4 starting pitchers. I'm not counting Alek Manoah in that. They have Gausman, they have Bassett, they have Barrios, they have Kikuchi. They have 4 guys they can rely on. And the 5th guy they were supposed to be able to rely on was Alek Manoah. Management, upper management that I'm not the biggest fan of, decided that their offseason signing and the 5th member of their rotation will be Alek Manoah. You bring him back, you say he's going to get it back together, and it's going to be like you added he is a former contender for a Cy Young, and it's going to be like you added a Cy Young pitcher to the rotation for nothing. Didn't have to go out, didn't have to trade for anybody, didn't have to sign anybody new, you just added him back. But what about if the opposite happens? What if the 1 2/3 innings where he's only able to throw 17 of 38 strikes is indication that Alek Manoah may never get it back, and then in 4 weeks from now, March 28th, when the season starts, and you have 4 pitchers because you didn't plan for the possibility that Alek Manoah just may never get it back together, and all of a sudden, someone like Bowden Francis is in the starting rotation, or Wes Parsons, guys who shouldn't be in your starting rotation if you're looking to be a contender and looking to make the playoffs and take another step this year, because that's what the Blue Jays are trying to do. They're trying to not flame out in the first round of the playoffs every single season that they make it in. And then when they don't, they're just not in. They fall below expectations. They're trying to win a round or 2 this year. They need to take a step with this young core of talent of hitters. And last year, they had the best pitching rotation in baseball and the best pitching rotation this franchise has ever seen in a long time. And to expect that to repeat is unreasonable. So the starting pitchers that we have, the 4 I named, are going to take a little bit of a step back. Some of them, I assume, because they all put up great numbers last year and it's not going to repeat. And then out of your 5th starter, it's a question mark. So what do we have here on game 4 of spring training? We have a giant question mark with the starting rotation. We know it's going to be good. We know it's not going to be as good as last year. And we know the 5th starter can't throw strikes. And as a Jays fan, I'm just concerned. And I think that concern is fair. And I think it's fair to not believe in Alek Manoah until he gives us any reason to believe in him. The next time Alek Manoah takes to the mound, it's going to be must-watch spring training baseball, and I'm going to be tuned in, and we're going to be here talking about it once again to see if Manoah gets it together. And there's plenty of time. Yes, I'm panicking with 4 weeks to go until the regular season starts, but I don't want us to get to March 28th and the Blue Jays don't have a 5th. They're going to have a 5th starter for the rotation, but I don't want that 5th starter to be the backup plan because the main plan didn't work going into the season. And right now, seeing a pitcher not be able to throw strikes in a darn practice game is concerning and cause for concern. And I'm concerned. That's it. That is all I want to say. If you like this video, hit subscribe. If you like this audio on podcast, rate it on the favorite podcast app. That's it for me. Good night from Toronto.
And that is how it's done.
The Jesse Blake Sports Report with Jesse Blake.
Jesse Blake, the guy that likes to hear his name twice in one sentence. Sure, I know him. No, he doesn't have an ego at all.